My wife was diagnosed with cancer when we were about 32 years old. In between her chemotherapy cycles, we tried to live life as normally as we could. The weekend that the palliative doctors came in, they said quite confidently, death is not imminent. And she passed away the Monday after that weekend when the doctors came to examine her. So it's quite meaningless to try and find out exactly how much time I've left. To this day, I can't understand why I have this debilitating disease.
Stretch a bit, the back is a bit painful.
I've always been fiercely independent, and especially after my wife passed on, I felt that I wanted to hang on a little bit more for my daughter, so I started to pay more attention to my overall physical well-being. There was a point in time where I went to the gym virtually every day, sometimes twice. Yoga, Pilates, I could do arm balances, headstands. I slept well, I had a balanced diet, I had a ferocious appetite. I was running my business. I could do back-to-back gigs. Also traveled extensively with my daughter. I felt I was living the life. Yeah. About 2 years ago, I remember that was in Bhutan. I wanted to slip my hand into the glove because it was cold. And for some reason, I couldn't quite control, just couldn't get my fingers into the slots, the gloves. When I was sleeping at night, I felt muscle twitching all over. It felt like electric currents were running through my body, and I wanted to say, I need to sleep, can you just please shut it down? And I couldn't. I was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, in early February 2023. Coincided with my 49th birthday, an insidious present wrapped up for me.
Can put me down?
I can't get up from a chair. When I need to go to the toilet, I need to ask for help. I can no longer lie flat without putting on a ventilator that helps me breathe. There are days where, and I tell myself, this is just a bad dream. I get angry. How can someone who purportedly has such a good and healthy lifestyle, it makes no sense at all. My doctors have been quite reluctant to give me a definite prognosis. The literature suggested that it was about 2 to 5 years. I'm at the 2-year mark then. And how much longer do I have? I'm not quite sure. My daughter used to draw a lot. There was this picture of a duck, and she just took one red pen and colored the whole thing red and even ignored the boundaries. And we looked at, okay, so you're not going to grow up and be an artist. But strangely enough, I think over the years, I've kept all her artworks, and also a reminder of the more carefree days that have passed us by. My daughter loved animal watching. So we sort of centered all our overseas adventures on going to watch wildlife. She was about 9 going to 10 on one of the beautiful beaches of one of the Galapagos Islands. I took this photograph from the back of our ship. The crew invited us to take a swim. We have a phobia of the sea and seawater, but she just jumped into the sea before I did, and I had no choice but to jump in after her. I cannot imagine what it must feel like being her, because I grew up having pretty much normal childhood, parents intact, all of which are perhaps alien to her. Like any other parent, you worry. Will she be pursuing the right things in her life? Can she find happiness? Can she find joy? I have written several letters to her, and these in a way are conversations that I have not had the chance to have with her. Graduation, meeting the right person, grieving, even if she doesn't have a parents beside her. I hope they will provide some sort of direction, some sort of anchor as she walks the journey of and struggles through life's major milestones.
Delivery.
Yeah.
Delivery.
I love swimming, submerge in the water, feel like you don't need to talk to anyone.
Rolling.
Okay.
Yeah. Mấy người nice à?
Handsome boy and nanti close no nice jule.
The last time that I really swam was, perhaps before my diagnosis. Has been a long time. I swam a lot. I think at the peak I remember I was doing 60 laps under 60. There was a certain way that I counted how many laps I swam. Maybe when it was the 5th lap, I'll be thinking, what was I doing when I was 5 years old? Or when I reached 80 laps, I'll be thinking 1980, what happened in my life, and just go on. Very good.
Very tall.
So I said, head never mind. Head okay. Thank you. It's definitely gotten more challenging to hang out with friends or simply just to go out. I suppose I'm like an old headphone who needs a lot of charging these days. It's getting increasingly effortful for me to take a single breath. It takes a lot of effort to speak these days. And there is a very, very real chance I would lose the ability to talk. And that's frightening.
This is not here.
I dream a lot. And in my dreams, it's just a simple dream about me walking around. It feels so real. A year for the past where I would even say get up and go to the gym and swim and do my stretching and brisk walk. But just maybe go to the toilet alone on my own. How wonderful would that be? I talk about death a lot these days. I'm not afraid of death. I am terrified, petrified by how death will take place, the process of dying. That is the frightening part, that it will drag out, it will be a slow death. Was I right in giving her so much latitude? I started writing about a year ago, and my friend told me, why don't you write about your childhood? Why don't you write about life? Write about what you see from your window, a tree. Being a former civil servant has its perks. I'm very good at following instructions. So I did as I was told. And writing also helps me escape my physical constraints. I would never had imagined myself publishing a book of poems. There was a poem about this kid is in the playground and he's tried every single piece of equipment and he's begging his father, please take me home, please take me home. And the father refuses. And he says that, you'll need to find new ways of playing. It's not time for you to go home. And that's how I feel. If things cannot be normal again, I just want to go home and end the playground time. But it's not time. I still have to find new ways to play. New things, new equipment to take a ride in. So different colors.
This,
The white ones, very pretty.
yeah lah.
Then on good days, when my amazing helper wheels me down and I feel the breeze in my face, I stop thinking about death and just enjoy the moment. Oh, this reminds you of Myanmar, right?
Yeah.
Nice beaches also, beautiful sea. This disease has taught me that if I want to live my life with some semblance of meaning and purpose, I need to ask for help. Don't be so proud. Elizabeth is making honey and lime, I think.
For you?
I hope so. Actually, she's very good. She's amazing. I told her that she cannot leave until I die. I've never ever asked for so much help in my entire life. Everything from getting my favorite food, to accompanying me for doctor's appointments, even just providing a listening ear, gifting me with a very precious gift of time. Not sure if I can say hand over heart that I am still the person that I used to be. But at the same time, my disease forces me to dig deep and work with what's left of my abilities. I can still talk. I can still breathe. Effortful, but still breathing. I can blink. I can still laugh. I feel emotions. I can still have dreams. I can still laugh. I can still feel. I can feel the wind against my skin. Isn't that fundamentally, isn't that what feeling alive is about? Live every single day. The currents as guides. Navigate the waters, one stroke at a time. On the canvas of sunset, colors clash and converse. A palette of peace paints life's last few beats. And when life can no longer extend, the colors finally blend.